Hello, is that Rudy of Rudy's Retro Intel?
Hello, Dave. How are you?
Oh, good. I've just been working on this pet, and it's very perplexing, this pet.
Why is that?
Well, because I moved another pet up here,
Okay.
and I changed all the chips.
Which ones?
Everything.
It doesn't work?
No, the one that works. I had a little trouble. I think I've kind of pushed one of the video RAM sockets to its limit of having chips pulled in and out, so I got it happy again, and then
Yeah.
I will never touch it again. But I
Well,
have changed. I checked the screen RAM. It was fine. I changed all the ROMs. They were
yeah.
fine. The other five main chips I swapped in. They were fine. The one thing that I didn't pay close enough attention to was that one chip that the only chip that faces the other way.
Yes.
I
6522, I
yeah.
think it
I
is.
don't
Or
remember
20.
if it was in the wrong configuration.
Yes. Yes.
I don't remember. Do you remember when you had that one you were working on when that was in the wrong configuration? What did you get on the screen?
It's just garbage.
Uh, Yeah, that's what I was getting, and nothing was changing. But I forgot when I took it out
Oh,
to very closely see which way the witness mark was.
so did you
So
put
it,
one in correctly now?
well, it's in, yeah, right now. I have sitting in front of me. I've taken all the RAM chips out and checked them in the screen RAM. I've changed
Right.
all the ROMs. I have taken out all the main chips.
So the CPU and all that.
Everything is fine. So the next thing I just sprayed deoxit in the other machine.
Right.
So I'm going to repopulate very carefully, not at this exact moment. And I'm going to try again. But it may be, possibly, that maybe that one chip was in backwards.
Could be.
And I forgot to look. But I do seem to remember when I took it out that I was looking at it upside down, which would put the witness mark on the wrong end.
Yeah.
And then and then I was kind of, doing, and I was like, oh dear, what have oh, this is the one. Anyway, I'm not sure. I should have checked that first.
Yeah.
Rudy, when you write a manual for the early pets, step number one, check the configuration of that chip.
Well, I have that down in the diagram that I made.
Ah, well, good. Anyway,
There's a picture. There's a picture shows where the little witness divot is
yep.
on the chips.
Because there's no markings on the board. There are not, and the sockets don't tell the tale. Like a lot of the other sockets, eventually there's a little thing.
Right.
You can tell. Anyway, I can't believe I didn't remember to look at that.
You just forgot to remember. That's all.
That's right. I forgot to remember. Anyway,
Yeah.
so once I'm going to let the deoxit do its thing, and then I figure I will take all the chips one by one out of the working pet. It's now sitting here saying World of Commodore, World of Commodore, World of Commodore, because what else would we say?
Yeah.
And just to see if something fails. So I figure one by one. I never took all the RAM chips out of this machine. I just checked them all in the screen RAM.
Right.
So the RAM chips are still there. So basically, I have to take out the
So
five main chips.
are you taking the chips out and put up, and did you put them into the working pad
Yeah,
and everything's working?
yes, everything's working.
Okay, we'll put that one chip back that was in backwards.
Well, it's funny. I did just for fun. I did put it in backwards
Right.
just to say, okay, what's this look like? And it did do weird things, but it wasn't the same weird things that I was seeing on the screen.
Right.
So anyway, when I repopulate, and you know what? I'll do the RAM slowly. I'll put in four RAM chips. But firstly, I'll put in all the five main chips, the ROM
Yeah.
chips, and four RAM
Yeah.
chips, and then
Right.
I'll turn it on and see what I see.
Yeah.
And then I'll keep adding RAM.
Yep.
So it's
That's good.
looking potentially okay. I mean, it's good not to have a whole bunch of bad chips.
Yes.
Although I'm so glad it didn't work. You know.
I know you are.
Yeah, yeah. So happy it didn't work. But it's just
Are you putting deoxit in all the sockets?
I just sprayed the entire other board.
Okay, good.
Everything.
Micro corrosion and all that.
Micro corrosion, yes. Macro corrosion is bad, but micro corrosion, ooh.
Yeah.
And I've got to mark that one RAM chip in this one pet here, the one on the left, that basically tells me don't ever take this chip out again. Because the socket was getting irked.
Is the board dirty?
There is dust.
Okay, take the dust out.
Yep. Well, the deoxit sure helps with that.
Oh yeah.
It was just a fine layer of dust on the board.
Well, then it should be fine.
Just a
You can
fine.
find any dust bunnies or.
No. There was no mouse nests, no dust bunnies,
Nice.
no rat droppings or other thing. It looked very clean, just a gentle layer of dust.
Yeah.
And the monitor seems fine. The one thing I haven't checked yet is, you know how usually the monitor adjusting thing sticks out the back?
Right.
It isn't.
I don't think on that model it is. It has one in the back.
Well, I know it has the hole, but it may be that. Well, it may be that I have to stick a screwdriver in.
Yeah.
I have not looked because I forgot. Well, I can't really move the one now. Basically, I'm sitting in the dark. The thing is saying "World of Commodore, World of Commodore, World of Commodore," and I have a microphone on me, and I have a microphone sitting on the phone, so that everybody can hear your voice.
Oh, hello.
Yes, this is Rudy of Rudy's Retro Intel. He worked on a machine like this, and it boggles my mind that I didn't immediately say, "Let's check that chip." And even if I didn't do it first, I should have, as I took it out, said, "Okay, hang on, let's pay close attention." But
Yeah.
I really think it was upside down. I think it was the wrong way.
Well, if you put the other one in correctly, and that's the bad chip, it should work then, right?
Yep. Well, it's okay. The maybe bad chip is now in the good computer, working
It's
just
working.
fine.
Okay, so the chip didn't get damaged.
So it may just have been backwards.
That's how when I found on the repair I was doing that chip was in backwards, but when I turned it around, it worked. It was still working.
Yeah, it's good. The pet seems very forgiving of these things.
Well, that chip does, yeah. It's forgiving for those, but not the memory, the video memory.
Yeah, well, I haven't put them in backwards. Well, maybe I have at times, but anyway. Anyway, so I am. I'm going to let the deoxit sort of brew for a while,
Yeah.
and then I will see what's what.
Yeah.
And it would be nice if that's all that it is.
Could be just that, right?
It could be that chip was backwards. Because you see, one of the things that was interesting is when I did put different RAM chips into the screen RAM in the old PET,
right.
Usually when you swap RAM chips, the display will look maybe even just a little different. Something. It was exactly the same. No change. And I thought, maybe it's the ROMs. Oh, I should have checked that chip first. Oh, dum. Because that could have been all it was.
Could be.
It could be.
Also.
Well, at least I know the other things are working, and again, I mean, it's not a bad thing to have a chance to put deoxit and everything.
Right. Another thing you might want to do is take the board out.
Yeah.
Look underneath to see if anything's shorting something.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then put the motherboard into the known working pet because maybe the power supply is bad.
Ooh.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, that is. Oh, yes, the process of elimination. Yes.
Pull out your motherboard, put the questionable motherboard into that pet, and hook it up and see because it could be just maybe the power connector's dirty, maybe something wrong with the power supply. Have you checked the fuse on the back?
Well, no, but it's working because I mean the machine powered up.
Oh, okay. So.
But it just wasn't right. So the fuse has got to be okay.
Yeah, then that's fine.
But if there was something else with the power supply, well, yes,
Well,
it's.
it could be something maybe underneath that shorting. Maybe like I found once I found a bolt motherboard and was shorting out the stuff. I took
That
them to
would
the
do it.
and it worked. So
Yeah, that's what
maybe
it.
something stuck underneath your
Actually,
motherboard.
I did. You know what? I did notice as I was kind of moving this around. I said, "Boy, the monitor looks a little loose." So
Oh,
two of the nuts that should be holding the monitor in place
right.
are not there.
It could be underneath the motherboard
It
shorting
could
something out.
be. It could be the nuts.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you might want to take the motherboard out of the case, take a look underneath and see. Maybe it's nothing, but maybe
Yes.
it's something. You don't know.
There could be some erratic bodge wire
Maybe.
that doesn't
I
need to
doubt
be
it, but
there.
unless someone's done something to it. But you could have one of the screws on the bottom
Yep.
wedge underneath the motherboard in the case and it's shorting it out.
It could be. Well, remember I told you about that super pet I got years ago where there was, I think it was a quarter. There was a quarter, or maybe it was a nickel, but I
Yeah.
think it was a quarter that was just sitting on the cassette port, just sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it wouldn't like I'd moved the machine. It didn't like it was. It had been there long enough that it was not going to leave. But it
Yeah.
didn't take a whole lot of force to get it off, and the machine worked fine. But I never plugged it in before because I looked around and said, "Hey, there's a quarter on the cassette port. That
Yeah.
doesn't seem good." And it was fine, even though I was told it was broken. It was fine, perfectly fine. So yes, there could be one of
Those bolts, those
those
nuts,
nuts.
the screws or whatever
Oh,
underneath the
they
motherboard.
would be nuts.
Yeah,
They're,
it'd be
they're,
nuts, but it doesn't take long to pull the board out. So
it does
give it
not.
a try.
That is true. Well, before I start putting anything in, perhaps I will um, just take it out and just double check, make sure that
Yeah.
nothing has lodged in there.
Right.
Because just like that quarter, it could be that it's in there and it's just sitting there.
Well,
And I mean,
I worked on a VIC 20 like that, and the VIC 20 there was someone had soldered in a reset button for the VIC 20,
oh yeah,
but they left a solder blob and it was shorting out the +5 and ground. So I took
oh
the
dear,
solder blob away. It worked.
imagine.
So you never know what you might find, right? So
You just
take
never
the
know.
board out, just take a quick gander, take a look, make sure that it looks okay in the bottom, and if there's nothing there, put it back in, and you at least eliminated that.
Indeedy,
Right.
that would be it. Would yeah. I mean, just like with the Super Pet bodge wire, and it's yeah. There are certain first basic steps. Look for anything bad.
Yeah.
And that includes under the board. And check to see if the chip is in backwards.
Right. See if any capacitors look burnt or broken off or two, whatever, right?
Yeah, no, it looks pretty good. Just a gentle, like a dusting of dust,
Yeah.
like just a slight little snow on Christmas morning that just doesn't really cover everything. It just frosts it.
Yeah.
But anyway, but the deoxit, it is non-conductive, so
Yeah. Yeah.
it's yeah. So anyway, I'm just gonna let it sit and brew
Doesn't
and
take
stew.
long, just a
Yep,
minute and we're good to go.
yep. Well, I've been sitting here for a while, so I'm like,
So it's ready to
maybe
go.
maybe it's time to get up and go downstairs for a moment, see what's going on, and then come on back up and take out the board, look underneath, rattle around in your bones.
Yeah. I would
And
do that before I turn it back on.
hmm,
I would take the motherboard out and take a
yep,
look before I turn it
yep,
back on.
yep. And then I might then start to repopulate.
Yeah. And if that doesn't work, then like I said, put the motherboard into your good known pet.
Yep.
Maybe it's a power supply issue. Maybe like one of the wires and the connectors loosen it. Who knows, right?
Maybe. Well, I did notice it looks like one wire to do with the keyboard has had a little work done to it. It looks like maybe it got cut or had to be replaced because at both ends there's a little electrical tape.
Uh,
But
well,
that shouldn't
yeah,
hurt
but
anything.
leave the keyboard unplugged.
Yes,
Right? You don't need it to make it boot. So,
indeedy,
all right, well, I'll let you get to it.
indeedy. Well, I think I'll let this sort of do its thing for a little bit more,
Yeah.
and I will go downstairs, talk to Penny, talk to Andrew, see what's going on, and then I will come up, see if this thing is still running, World of Commodore, World of Commodore, World of Commodore, which it still is, and then see about one by one. Because right now, the chips in the good machine are all the chips from the bad machine.
and it's working.
It's working. They'll
So
only.
it could be something else. I guess it could be
Oh yes,
like a screw underneath. It could be another chip that's bad on it. That's
all
gone
those
bad.
little subtle chips. Yes, but so basically the except for the RAM, all the RAM chips are out of the other machine, and I didn't take the RAM chips out. I just checked them all in the screen RAM sockets, and
Yeah.
they were all fine. So
But
it's
both
what
the RAM is good. Put them all back.
time, and I've got it all laid out in exactly the order they came out. So repopulate,
Yeah.
and after checking the bottom of the board, etc., 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 and then
Yep.
who knows? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's all. But anyway,
Maybe.
as I said, it's still good to deox it and take
Of
everything
course.
out.
Yeah.
So yes, part of the logical steps involved.
That's right. Oh,
Oh dear.
check for pins on the sockets that aren't bent
Yeah.
like in a weird way.
Well, that's what I kind of ran into with the good pet on the video RAM. I guess I've used this one a bunch to check a lot of chips,
Yeah.
and the left socket on the video RAM was starting to give me grief. Like it didn't want it, and I was like, oh no,
You have to change the
no,
socket. Yeah.
no. It's okay. I've got it sorted now, but I will. Maybe I'll take some. If I could find some liquid paper and just put a great big glob on there, which tells me don't ever touch this again.
Yeah.
Because as you know, these sockets are hard to find. They're weird spacing
For the memory,
for
yes.
the RAM. Yeah, that's what it is. The RAM. Yes, and
Yeah.
that would be the one. I guess I should also. I should put a little note. Maybe a sticker. Maybe
Yeah.
a disc sticker from an old thing that said, "Oh, aha, no, a write protect sticker
That's it.
with a little word on it that says no,
No.
no, don't do it."
Capital letters.
Because this is the machine I've been using to test those tapes on,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
know it works. Um, and I suppose maybe I should get a tape up here and just make sure it's still happy with the new stuff in it,
Yeah.
because there could be subtle failures, but certainly it seems to be just fine at the moment.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. Good luck. Keep me posted.
Oh yes, yes. The people will benefit from your wisdom.
Well, good luck, and like I said, keep me posted, and let's see what happens.
All right, I'll call you again.
All right. Talk to you later.
Okay,
Okay. Bye bye.
okay. And that was Rudy of Rudy's Retro Intel, maker of the Pet Companion. Do come to the world of Commodore, where there will be perhaps 8 Pet Companions left. And perhaps when I'm doing all this soon, maybe I'll connect a Pet Companion, connect to another monitor, and you can see what's what. Anyway, for now, I'm going to let this sort of burn in. I'm going to let the deoxit sort of brew, and we'll continue later. Have a lovely day. Bye for now. Oh, by the way, I'm sure I must, maybe I didn't mention this, but the World of Commodore, presented by the Toronto Pet Users Group, is on November 1st, not November 1st, November 30th, and December 1st of 2024 at the Admiral Inn in Mississauga. Go to tpug.ca for more information and details and updates on speakers. And as it happens, Rudy of Rudy's Retro Intel will be doing a presentation at 11 o'clock on Sunday on how he fixed his Super Pet. And he has now actually documented, because he couldn't find any documentation that would be helpful. So he has documented his findings. And I think the manual will be a work in progress as more things are found and more symptoms are found and stuff. But anyway, it's very thorough and very good. And anyway, as will be the world of Commodore. All right, that's it. That's all. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.